right, well, it's recording, so. Okay, there you go.
Just warming up.
Sorry.
Oh, hi. Is it on? Is it rolling? Is this thing on? Today, I'm going to show you guys how I curl my hair. It's one of the most asked questions that we get, and it's really easy. All you need is a few products, a little patience, because it does take some practice, and a wand. Okay, so you're going to want to start with blown out hair. This is day-old hair. I just washed it, put conditioner in, put some smoothing balm in to, protect your hair a little bit and cut the frizz. I just dried it with a round brush. Happened to do this yesterday. You can also do it day, but sometimes day-old hair stays a little bit better. You could also spray some dry shampoo in to give it a little bit more grit, because you do want some texture with this kind of style. That's the prep, and then I turn my wand on. This is the Lounge wand, and I love this because it has, first of all, it heats up in like a matter of seconds, and there's lots of different temperatures. I set mine to 370 because I have like medium thickness hair. If you have more coarse hair, you can go to higher temps. Finer hair, you want to go to lower temps. You always want to use a heat protectant. So I'm going to just quickly spray this heat shield all over my hair. A little bit before you actually apply the wand to it. I always pay special attention to the ends because that's the area that's most prone to damage. And then I'm going to section off my hair. So I just have good old-fashioned scrunchie, and I'm going to pull my hair up. If you have really thick hair, you might want to do 3 sections. I just do mine in 2. And then I'm going to start by taking the wand, and again it's at 370, and there we go. I point it down, and then I take my hair, like about, I don't know, a 1 or 2 inch section. It depends on how big you want your curls. The smaller sections that you use, the smaller curls you'll have. If you want like bigger, looser waves, use more hair. So I take about this much hair, and I'm going to wrap it around the barrel away from my face. And I always leave a little bit at the end that I don't want to be curled. Gives it more of like that beachy, undone look. I just hold it for about 10 seconds and then let it go. And just leave it like that. I know it looks a little weird, just don't touch it. And then go to the next piece and wrap away from my face. And some people like to go in opposite directions. For me, I like to go all backwards and then kind of just run my fingers through at the end and toss a little bit more, so it's messy. All right, and then we're gonna speed this up, and I'm gonna do the rest of this side, and then I'll show you how I do the top section. So now that I have the bottom curl, I'm just going to spray it with some flexible hairspray, just so that the curls stay, but first the top. Now with the top, I usually just take half of it out. Like I part it to where I'm naturally going to part my hair, because you're not going to want to change that after you curl it. You can brush it out too if it gets a little knotty, because you do want it to be smooth. Just make sure you don't brush the curls underneath. You could give a little extra spritz of your heat protectant, especially on the ends. And then we're going to go the same direction. But I like to, for this one, not make it as curled, just more of a bend. So I'm just going to go like 1.5 times around your thick hair. And there we go. Did I do a good job? Yeah. And then go to the next side and just keep going around your hair. And you can also play around with starting higher, leaving more hair out at the bottom. It just sort of depends on the type of wave that you want. And the more you do it, the more you'll start to learn what type of curl works best for your hair. Now that the right side is done, I'm going to show you the left. And I'm just going to take this down, brush it out, because you do hold the wand a little bit differently for the opposite side. Give it a little spray. Now when you're doing your left side, so for this side I point it down, this side you still point it down sort of over your head. And then you're going to use your left hand about halfway around, just do a 1.5 wrap for that first curl. Give or take. And then the same thing for all the other pieces. Just keep wrapping and holding Wrap and hold, wrap and hold. Here's the time where you can sort of go through and just check to make sure you've actually gotten everything. Sometimes I go through and just redo a few curls, but right now it's looking pretty good to me. So what I'm going to do is give it a little spray. Again, this is flexible hairspray, just so that it stays longer and it gives it a little bit more grit and texture. And then you just, depending on what type of curl you want, if you wanted more of like a glam wave, you would take a brush and just brush it out. But I don't want that today. I just want more of like a beachy loose wave. I'm just gonna take my fingers like a claw and just sort of pull them through. And you just sort of play with it so that they're a little bit undone and messy. And once you sort of get it to how you like it, you can take, sometimes I use a dry conditioner spray to make the ends like a little bit more glossy. I also use this, is the Nourishing Gloss. You just take like a little teeny pump of this, rub it in your palms, and that way you get like more silky ends. And sometimes these products can dry things out. And then that's it. Any questions? If you do have any questions, leave them in the comments, and again, with more practice, you will become a pro.